costs of the damage?
A lot.
Can I have a number? Specific. Give me a number.
No.
The point is to compare it to actual data. We need a number.
Okay, let's try again.
Okay, all right.
Let's start from the beginning.
No, I already answered these questions.
Should I turn it off?
A lot is not an answer.
You can just cut it out.
These are hard questions to answer.
Alright, you
Let's
need
try
to give
it
us
again.
actual
How
numbers.
about everyone else? You're not going to go out the room.
Okay, fine.
Okay, go. Okay. Is it still recording? Yeah, I think. Wait. Let's try it again. What were the costs of the damage?
Like $3 trillion.
Okay, alright. What category of storm was Hurricane Katrina?
5.
How many people died? 3 trillion.
3 trillion.
Really, how many people died?
I don't know.
Just give me a number.
10,000.
Do you personally know anyone affected
No.
by the hurricane? No, alright. That's it. Yeah. 3 trillion people died. How do we stop it now? Alright. No, it's not. Alright.
We put it up a little bit.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
Hurricane Katrina was in 2005.
What were the costs of the damage?
Costs from several billion, I'll say, I don't know, $4 billion?
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
I think a 4.
How many people died? Wait, let's do it again. How many people died?
I don't know, maybe, let's say 186.
Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane?
No, but my daughter met somebody who lived in New Orleans who was affected by it.
That's it. Yep, go.
Okay. What city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
Do you know what year Hurricane Katrina occurred in?
Oh, sure. And you're recording this, huh? Well, Bush was president, so I would say 2008. Where was I?
Oh, we'll tell you.
Okay.
What were the costs of the damage?
I would say billions of dollars.
Okay. Do you know what category storm Hurricane Katrina was?
Not offhand, but I would say 4, 5.
Do you know how many people died?
No, I don't. You want me to take a guess?
Sure, you can take a guess.
I would say 100.
Okay. Do you personally know anyone who is affected by Hurricane Katrina?
No.
And what is the current state of New Orleans?
Fair. I know that. You want me to go into detail?
Sure.
I know that FEMA took over a lot of areas that are still not open for people to come back into to live. So there's a big controversy about that. And I know that with the last storm that they had, there was still a lot of damage that was done. So I still don't think that they've recovered or back to where they were.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so what city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
Do you know what year Hurricane Katrina occurred in?
I remember she was there in 2005, 2006.
What were the costs of the damage?
I would probably say, I'm pulling this out of my head, but maybe like $50 million.
Okay. What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
It's like a category 4.
Do you know how many people died?
That I don't know. I know it was a few thousand.
Do you know personally anyone who was affected by the hurricane?
Yeah, actually I had my graduate professor. She used to be from Louisiana. Actually another professor who was also from that area, and she lost her home and her business. And she had to move to Florida because of it.
Oh, wow. And what is the current state of New Orleans?
I do know it's been a little more rebuilt. They have a lot more tourism now, and I know last time I saw it was a while ago that the levees are working now. To some extent, I know the National Guard, the Army engineers are constantly fix it, but I do know that it's become a bit more of a tourist hub now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So what city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina? Do you know what year Hurricane Katrina occurred in?
Hard to remember. It was during the Bush administration. I would say, I'm thinking 2004. I'm not sure if it was that long ago.
Do you know what the costs of the damage were?
No, I would say $10 billion.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
5.
How many people died?
Well, I don't know. I'll take a guess.
Sure.
I would say 100.
Okay. Do you personally know anyone who was affected by Hurricane Katrina?
No.
And finally, what is the current state of New Orleans? Like, how's it doing?
Well, they're doing much better than they were before. They just had another hurricane, so they're a little bit down.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, go. What city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in? What were the costs of the damage to New Orleans?
$18 billion.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
4.
Do you know how many people died?
653.
Do you personally know anyone who was affected by the hurricane?
No.
And finally, what is the current state of New Orleans?
Louisiana. Good question, right? Current state of, they are complaining that they need their levees built up and their protection built up. So I would think they feel vulnerable to a second event like that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can just tell me one. You can go. Okay. So what city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
2005 to 2006.
What were the costs of the damage?
A lot. Billions, probably.
Do you know what category storm Hurricane Katrina was?
Hurricane. 6 or 7.
How many people died?
Let's say 4,000.
Do you know anyone who was personally affected by the hurricane? And finally, what is the current state of New Orleans?
I know they've built up a lot again, and I know that, I mean, I can't imagine everything's been taken care of, but it seems like they have a functioning city again. So better, I guess.
Thank you.
What city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
I believe New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur?
I think 2007.
What are the costs of the damage?
If I had to guess, I'd say it has to be, I'm going to say $5-6 billion.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
5.
How many people died?
I'm going to say 35, 40,000.
Do you know personally anyone who was affected by the hurricane?
No, I did not.
What is the current state of New Orleans?
I would venture to say it's not excellent, especially in the poor areas. I know some of the areas have been, they've worked on and built up, but I'd say it's probably still pretty poor and that people are in still great need.
What city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
2005.
What were the costs of the damage?
Yeah, no idea.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
It doesn't go above, I think I'm mixing a 4 or 5, one of those things. It doesn't go above 5.
How many people died?
How many? Shut up. Shut up, I don't know.
Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane? What is the current state of New Orleans?
Well, it's better than it was. I'll say it's recovering. Am I wrong there?
What city was most affected by Hurricane Katrina?
New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
2008.
What were the costs of the damage? You can give a general estimate.
Like $1 million.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
5.
How many people died?
3.
Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane?
I mean, it was Lil Wayne's hometown. He was affected.
And what is the current state of New Orleans?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. What city was most affected by the hurricane?
I would say New Orleans.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
Oh boy. I would say 2010.
What
Is that
were
right? You're not going to tell me?
What were the costs of the damage? And you can give an estimate.
No, it wasn't 2010. So can I take that back?
You can take that back if you
Go
want.
again? Okay. It was 2007.
Okay. What were the costs of the damage?
The cost of the damage. Billions, right? You need a specific number?
No, that's fine.
I can say billions? Billions.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
Category storm. I'll go 5.
How many people died?
How many people died in Hurricane Katrina? I would say 250.
Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane?
Personally. No.
And last question. What is the current state of New Orleans?
What is the current state of New Orleans?
Yeah.
They still have some areas that have not yet been rebuilt. I know that. But they've made great progress. But I know that there's still several neighborhoods and homes that have not been built.
Okay, that's it.
What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
It was like 2004, 2005.
What were the costs of the damage?
I don't know, like $1 billion.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
3.
How many people died? Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane?
Only people I met when I went down there to help folks out.
Right, that's it. What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
Oh, here we go again. I didn't think about the top of my head. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Cut me off guard.
What were the costs of the damage?
Cost?
About.
Exact?
Yeah, just like a rough estimate.
I'd probably say millions of dollars.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
Five.
How many people died? Do you know personally anyone who was affected by the hurricane?
I do not.
You don't? Alright, that's it. What year did Hurricane Katrina occur in?
What year? Oh, this isn't good. You didn't tell me. Oh wait.
What were the costs of the damage?
Billions.
What category storm was Hurricane Katrina?
10.
How many people died?
Thousands.
Do you personally know anyone affected by the hurricane? That's it.
Okay, thanks.